Hello, this is Isnovin Johnson from Physical Science Department. So today I'm going to discuss about the topic called gender schema theory. So the context are gender schema, it's the gender schema theory origin, and about the gender schema theory and cultural influences on this gender schema, BIM's sex role inventory, gender categories, and critics on this theory, and the conclusion. So gender schema theory is about how the children represent and process their gender related knowledge from the society, and these schemas are seen as the dynamic knowledge structure that can be changed in different persons perspective, and it also varies with the social experience and depends upon the individual level and also the cultural level differences. So once child learn to identify their gender, they will collect information. So that is identified with the help of the information, and the motivation to use this information will help them to shape their own behaviors. So schema means, we know it means the patterns of thoughts, and gender schema means a patterns of thoughts about the individual's information about the gender. And this theory poses the child observation of his or her environment and culture, and also their interactions with the environment and the development of a gender ideas. So after the child learned about what the men and women expectation in the society, they will act according to that knowledge. So a child after learned about the gender specific attributes, they will develop their own gender schemas, and so it can be, this gender schemas can be developed according to their culture and according to their environment also. This gender schema theory was first introduced by Sandra Bem in 1981, and it is about how the child learn about the male and female roles from their culture in where they live. So according to this theory, children can able to adjust their behavior according to the gender norms from their own culture during the social development process in them. So this theory was influenced from the cognitive revolution that happened in the 1960s and 1970s. So Sandra Bem believed that there might be some shortcomings in the psychoanalytic and social learning theories of that time. So she developed a new theory called gender schema theory. So it is about the learning and understanding of how children adopt that gender related characteristics and behaviors from their environment. So as I said before, this theory was developed by Sandra Bem in 1981, and later it was improvised and expanded by Carol Martin and Charles Halvorsen in 1983. And according to this theory, once a child formed their basic understanding about this gender identity, they start to develop their own gender related schemas. So these gender schemas are based upon the children's interaction and observation of others from their environment and the culture. So these gender schemas are used to organize and direct the children's behavior based on the information they gather through their society's gender norms and expectation. So let's see about the cultural influences on the gender schema. So it impact not just about how the information is gathering, but also it is about the beliefs that direct gender appropriate behavior. So for an example, we can say that if a child live in a very traditional culture, they might believe that women's role is only about the caring and nurturing of the children. While that the man's role is about doing works in the industries. So like that. So from this, a child can learn that gender schema the child will create their own gender schema, like what men and women can do and cannot do. So now let's see about the BIM's sex role inventory. So gender schema theory, after introducing that, she will also create a questionnaire about so which categories they will they be feminine or masculine. So for that she created a set of questionnaire, and this inventory consists of nearly 60 different words. So it is maybe either masculine, feminine or gender neutral. So this questionnaire should be done by whether the respondents are very strongly agree or or neutral, like that they have to identify with each characteristics. So this inventory presents the both traits as a part of the continuum rather than simply categorize the person as a masculine or feminine. So individual may be rank high on one gender and low on other gender, or alternatively they might rank both high on the both masculine and feminine types. So this BEMS sex role inventory was developed in 1974. So it can be, after it was created, it will be it would be widely used by many psychological assessment tools in the world. So depending upon the choices, there are different gender categories are formed. Let's see about the types. The types are sex typed, cross sex type, androgynous, and undifferentiated. So in the sex type, the individual may identify themselves as his gender or her gender, and develops their own self concept also. In cross type, the individual identifies it takes the incoming information and makes decisions about their self concept according to the thought schemas associated with the opposite gender. And then androgynous means it is the schema about the characteristics identified as masculine and feminine both. Then undifferentiated means they don't belong to the masculine and feminine category. So let's see about the critics of gender schema theory. So it does not take account for the for the ways of biological and social interaction impact of gender development, and the content about the gender schema remains still unclear, and the cognitive schemes about gender shown to predict able to predict the thinking, attention, and memory of the individual, but they are less predictive about their behavior. So one's gender schema may not match with the behavior of the one. So gender schema theory is a cognitive theory of gender development, and this theory was originally created by the Sandra Bem in 1981. So it is about the how the knowledge about the gender collected from their culture, environment, on where they live. So these are the references. Thank you.